Good morning, my friends. This is Buddha's Meditation Manual. I am Lama Jigme Gyatso. This is the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Buddha's Meditation Manual in Pali is known as the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, which can be translated as the Greater Discourse upon the four bases of mindfulness. The commentary I'm giving you will be more meaningful if you actually download the free PDF upon which it is based. You can do that by going to the first link in the doodly-doo. I recommend that you download that to your desktop or your laptop. If you have a smartphone, I recommend you download the free Kindle app. Once you do, you'll be able to coordinate with Kindle to generate a free email account. That way you can actually email yourself various PDFs to view on your smartphone. Although it's not the only way, I find it to be the easiest way, especially since I upload revisions to the text about 3 to 7 times a week. It's a work in progress. Having said that, please turn with me to page 29. Quick review and a bit of context. The first base of mindfulness is body. The first 12 exercises help us to center. The next 3 exercises increase our mindfulness of body's behavior. That's followed by the 38 exercises of the body's components. The first 3 help us become mindful of the body as a unit. The next 5 are a superficial exploration of the body. The second 5 would be a structural exploration of the body. The next 5, the next 10 would be an exploration of the body's organs, and the next 15 exercises would be an exploration of the body's substances. This is not designed to be a substitute for gross anatomy in medical school. This is a contemplative device. If you had any yoga or any martial arts, you'll be shocked at these exercises. They are completely different from the neo-Taoist practices of entering Ping, or no mind, or the typical Hindu contemplative practices of devotion or perfect concentration. This is neither. This is a different path, with different assumptions, and a different goal. This is Buddha's path of mindfulness. Page 29 is the final set of 5 exercises. And on one hand, I don't want people to stress out over memorizing these exercises. When we contrive to remember something, to memorize something, we become rigid, which is the opposite of the relaxation that we're promoting in virtually every set of exercises. If you play with these exercises every morning and every evening, in time you will involuntarily memorize all of them. I will give you fun mnemonic devices to aid your progress. For it is lovely not to be shackled to our meditation manuals. Many years ago, when I was studying the Gaelic lineage, I asked my preceptor about mnemonics, because I was very distressed over him. And she explained to me that when the Geshes and the Khenpos and the Lamas escaped the Chinese and fled Tibet, many of them didn't have the opportunity to take their texts, no less their libraries, with them. And they could only take with them what they remembered. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it's a wonderful illustration. I remember about a decade ago, maybe 12 years ago, and when I lived in San Diego County, there was a series of county-wide forest fires. Well, just fires. Some were forest fires, some were residential fires. But there was people were evacuating left and right, evacuating with nothing other than they could pack, shove into a day pack. And that gave me a very sober view of a Spartan attitude. You see, raised in America, I was used to the idea of having a home, of having a room, a study, full of bookshelves, full of books, and a computer, and all this kind of fun stuff. The question is, would I be able to thrive as a Buddhist monk in the absence of these things? Hence the value of really mastering just one or two simple but inclusive texts. The first exercise on page 29 reminds me of junior high, because junior high puberty taps you on the shoulders and says, "Hey kid, wouldn't you like to find someone to swap some spit with?" And the answer is, "Oh yes, yes I would." The first exercise utilizes the triple grin technique. If this is your first time tuning in, go back to the first exercise, you silly head. By the way, when you download your PDF, you'll notice it's full of links. Each link will take you to a video on YouTube that will explain the page. Remember, our job is not to visualize stuff. Our job is simple. Silently and mentally repeat the words in coordination with our in-breath and our out-breath, being mindful to relax as much as we can during the out-breath. That's our job. Silent recitation, coordination, relaxation. Let's get right into it. Grin with lips to saliva, relaxing. Grin with cheeks to saliva, relaxing. Grin with eyes to saliva, relaxing. Second exercise of this subset deals with snot. Also in junior high, I had a crush on this gal named Shelby. She was very funny, and she had a little song she used to sing. You're dancing with your honey, and his nose is kind of runny, and you think it's rather funny, but it's not. Their second exercise, grin to snot, relaxing. This exercise is especially useful after you've eaten too much spicy food or it's very cold outside and your nose is running. So before you blow your nose, take a moment to play with that which you're noticing before you fix it or change it or alter it. Third exercise reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, specifically the Tin Man. Remember the Tin Man, he needed to use this can of oil for his joints. Well, the third exercise deals with synovial fluid, or as they would call it in the Bronze Age, joint oil. This, of course, also reminds me of the song by the band America that came out in the early 70s. Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man. Grin to joint oil, relaxing. A fourth exercise of this set deals with urine. Our urine is stored in the urinary bladder in the lower part of our abdomen. Now, I've studied Chinese energy work, also known as Qigong or Qigong, for multiple decades. I studied it before, I think it was before I started studying Buddhism. No, I take it back. But in the early part of my Buddhist studies. And I got to tell you, I found no Qigong more powerful than simply using Buddha's Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Very impressive stuff. The go-to point of concentration in physical Qigong is the Dantian, or lower cauldron, in most systems described as being in our lower abdomen. That, to me, corresponds with the urinary bladder, and hence this exercise. Grin to urine, relaxing. Many fundamentalists will tell you we focus on these 15 substances because they give us revulsion for the body. As a liberal, that to me is simply generating more neurosis. As a liberal, I become mindful of the 15 substances simply because it strengthens my mindfulness. I do not want to go through life in a contrived, artificial, controlling manner. I want to go through life in a spontaneous, flowing one instead. And so I train my mindfulness to be observant both of that which is glorious as well as towards that which is grotesque. Now, some people say if you're truly spiritual, you'll find nothing grotesque. Au contraire. It behooves us to have gentle aversions to pathogens, otherwise we would get sick and die. That's why fecophilia is not a healthy practice. So the grossness, the yuckiness, the revulsion we may or may not feel is not an indictment. Neither is it an accomplishment. It just is what it is. Noticing what we're feeling is part of the path. Controlling what we're feeling is a distraction from the path. The fifth and final exercise of this set is a return to the mindfulness of the body as a unity. Grin to body, relaxing. If you've enjoyed this video, please find the thumbs up icon and give it a click. Then please share it with your friends on social media. You might not be a meditation master, but you can guide others to meditation with the cunning use of your computer and these videos. If you want to make sure not to miss out on any other videos, no problem. Find the red button that reads subscribe in the bottom corner of your screen. Give that a click. After you do, find the little circular icon right next to it. Give that a click, and down will descend a drop-down menu. Click the first box, and you'll be authorizing YouTube to send you an email notification the next time I upload a video. What's that? Say you don't care for videos and you prefer live instruction? Completely understandable. You're welcome to participate in the next series of classes, which begins the first Friday of February. If you live in Southern California, then come on down. If you don't, no problem. You can participate via a live webinar simulcast. Either way, you'll want to register using the second link in the doodly-doo. Now, some people get very antsy and they're concerned about fees. I don't charge fees, but I do welcome donations, and you can do that with the third link. Some people give big donations. Some people give very small donations. Some people give 0 donations. But as long as someone comes to class 5 minutes early, shows up ready to learn, and commits to playing with the techniques they learn every morning for 5 minutes, every evening for 5 minutes, then they're welcome to attend. Well, gosh, I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, 2 more links below. Is the 4th link is a link to Enlightened Fitness, and the 5th link will take you to a page all about culinary compassion. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Bye-bye now.